Paw Patrol has been a big hit throughout the years, starting all the way back when I was probably a little boy, all the way now at the age of 19. And not only that, but the series is still going on with a bunch of side series, Robo and Crew, and a few other mini movies to rescue Big Chill, tracker guns and the thing. Too bad they don't come close to these movies, Paw Patrol movie, Paw Patrol the Mighty movie. And we are finally getting a third movie installment, Paw Patrol the Dino movie, in about 2 months from when it comes out on August 14th, all that stuff. Paw Patrol's had many things from its show to books, toys, a whole bunch of stuff. But then there's also Paw Patrol video games that are on pretty much every platform you can think of. I also have all mine for the Switch. Okay, my Nintendo Switch 2, which is what I play on. So today, I will be reviewing every single Paw Patrol game on this console and ranking them from worst to best. So, that's what's going to be happening. Now, a few things to point out here. By the time I am recording this, Paw Patrol Dino World is not out yet. It comes out on July 31st of this year, so that is basically next month. So I don't have the game yet, but trust me, when I do get it, I will be doing a review on this channel. So, yep, that's pretty much that part. Also, another part, this is all in my opinion as well. This is all my opinion. You guys probably have your own opinion on all these, so don't blame me if your opinion is different than mine. Given I'll probably be my butt off by the time I'm done with this. So, yeah, just had to get that out of the way real quick. Until then, let's hop right into the first Paw Patrol game. Paw Patrol on a roll. The first Paw Patrol console video game to ever come out, probably. I think. I know some of the years for these, but I don't know all of them. Now, Paw Patrol on a Roll is curious because this is a 2D platformer featuring the Paw Patrol pups in pretty much a platforming manner. It goes just buzz for the show. Some people need help, and you're tasked with the pup to go help them, basically. Bart briefs you on the mission, and then he tells each pup to go out. So then you pretty much play as one pup for one first half of the mission, and then you play with the other pup for the second half and finish the mission off there. With occasional actions needs to be performed with each of the pup's abilities. 2018 is when this game came out. Holy crap. So you'll probably need to climb up an area, super spy chase, or use Marshall's fire or water cannon. Or need to dive underwater with Zuma to collect things. Which, by the way, that's a huge bonus in Paw Patrol video games. You have to collect pup treats. In this case, you have to get 200 pup treats in every single mission, along with 5 golden pup badges, which unlock some badges in the badge area. That's also you 100% the game. It doesn't take long. There's like how many missions? There's like 16 missions to complete. And basically, if you get all that done first try, you pretty much 100% the game. But if you don't get it done first try, then have fun just having to re 100% it. Now, I am currently going to probably go for a 100% run of this game, since I want to. And also, the new Paw Patrol game coming out, I was like, you know what? Better late than never to the party to 100% it, you know? Especially since the new game's coming out in like a month. So yeah, I will probably be going on another 100% journey on these pretty soon. Probably starting like tomorrow or something like that. So yeah, that's very much what you have to do there. So yeah. That's pretty much all I have to say about this game is in terms of its 100% play. Is playing it, and honestly, it's not bad. You have the core 6 pups and Everson Tracker as playable characters. It's pretty good. I mean, honestly, I like the fact you have like 8 playable characters in this game. Not too bad. Even though if you always subtract for the back instead of adding on here. Which they did do that many years later in 2023, but we'll talk about that game later. So yeah. Gameplay's pretty solid, same thing. Honestly, the same jump button if you're playing on Switch is going to be the B button the whole time. So you're really not going to get a different button to jump with. That's unless you have racing games, which is pretty cool beans, which the pubs have two of, so yeah. That's very much what I'd say. All in all, I think if I had a tier list, I would probably put this in B tier, where it's kind of fun, but also kind of feels like kind of a drag. So yeah, that's where I'm going to pop on roll. So yeah, that's where I'm putting. Up next, we have definitely a game up in quality. We have Paw Patrol, Mighty Pups, Save Adventure Bay. Now, this one is definitely a step up from the last one, where you have the same amount of playable characters, but you have mighty abilities this time. You have mighty powers this time. So basically, all the pups get mighty powers from a meteorite that sends out a huge shockwave and affects all the pups. Well, minus Tracker. They couldn't bother you and Tracker with mighty powers. Which is kind of cruddy, considering he's in the game, but you only plays him in the second to last mission, I think, if I can remember. So, yeah, it kind of sucks, but eh. Games Game Nickelodeon, now our game's doing this. So yeah, that's basically that. And each of the pups get rather superpowers. So Chase gets super speed, Marshall is mighty heat so we can melt things. Rocky summon like magnetic tools, tools to use things. Everest can freeze things with their breath, which I don't. Zuma can shoot water out of his paws and all that cool stuff. Rubble has like super strength, can pull like anything. Sky can move wind out of the way, can fly without her butt back if she has it, and all that stuff. Now it's kind of similar to our last game, but this time you have more missions. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 actually, so 7 less. But the difference with this one is you're locked to a specific amount of pup treats. So in one mission you might have to get like 600 pup treats, or one with 850 pup treats. And you have to collect 3 pup badges as well in every single mission. So yes, you have to do all those. But that's not the only thing. That's not only the main cup of tea in this game. You also have other things. You also have a pup dispenser that shows how many portraits you must collect. In this case, in this game, you need 7,250 to collect. You need to get all those pup treats to be able to unlock everything. You also have mini games. These can be played on a majority of different levels. So you're pretty much going to be playing these mini games to also get the pup treats and also get the 100% requirement as well. Because if you're like me, you might as well just wrap up with those. However, some mini games you can select the pup. Most of these mini games you just select the pup. So like for Pup Pup Boogie, you can select from any pup like Chase, Marshall, can't see, Rubble, Rocky, Zuma, Sky, Everest, and Tracker. But then there are some mini games that are locked to some other pup specific area. Like Zuma has this one where you're allowed to swim underneath and get some tools to capture it. Or there's some flying one with Sky, which has your mouse getting around 1,000 pup treats, by the way, which is your final goal out of it. But that's not it. There's also there's also, like I went over badges earlier, there's also badges of every other thing you collect. Most of these are done by collecting the badges from the missions or by gaining a certain amount of pup treats in the game. That's mostly what this goes off of. It mostly goes off you getting pup treats and getting the badges from the missions and the mini games. So that's pretty much what it goes off here. And this game is also entirely 3D. But the catch is you can actually see which pup you're going to be tagged with. So for one mission, you can be tagged with Rocky and Rubble and stuff like that. Or another one, you could be tagged with Chase or Marshall. But sometimes halfway through some of these ones, you might have to swap to the other pups to form a mighty action with your pups. And these mighty actions can range from being used to a whole bunch of other things. You can also swap your pup at any time as you play. Now, each pup has a area to be used. They can use their mighty powers for every single thing if you're going to check it. So, yeah, you're going to be going off a lot of different things. Now, what I say about the other thing? Well, like I said earlier, there's the collectible meter. There is 3 different areas for it. There's characters, locations, and animals. Animals before shortest, since you just got like 5 of them. Locations is a bit more, because then you have like a few more locations, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't get the meteor being one. Characters is your biggest one. Turn you can get these as you play through the game. Each of these hosts all the characters in different areas, so probably mostly the Mighty, the show, or the Mighty era. My favorite one is the Almighty one right here. This is my favorite. This has everybody with their mighty abilities on. So, yep, that was my favorite. Now, all this is done by puppetry collection and getting the badges I mentioned earlier. You have to collect all of it to 100% the game. Thankfully, it probably won't take you too long. For me, I just clear the missions and then do the minigames. But now I think I would rather I'll finish up like all the missions except the last one, then I'll go play the minigames and then I'll wrap it up. Which probably is the best way because then the credits roll. So yeah, if you're wondering, the most nostalgic minigame for me was Pup Pup Boogie, probably because it was in like one of the shows I watched in season 1 of Paw Patrol. So yeah, that one's been more on the nostalgic side of things. So yeah, honestly, this game's pretty darn fun. I would put it in like A tier. The only reason I'm not putting it S is because there's a lot of things going on. But oh boy, things really step up with the next one. Paw Patrol the movie, Adventure City Calls. Now, this game was hit to go alongside the movie that came out, aka Paw Patrol the movie, which of course introduced Liberty, and that can be clear shown as Liberty's around the cover with all the pups' new gear. So you get to use the pups' movie equipment in the game, which is cool. However, unlike the movie, it doesn't have the same story where it starts off in Adventure Bay, save someone, and then the pups head to Adventure City. No. This takes place exclusively in Adventure City. And just like the last game, you're just doing a bunch of missions. But unlike the last game, everything is doubled in size. Like, everything is twice as big, it's twice as long, and way crazier. Now, let's start off with the good. Well, unfortunately, I will say this real quick. These 3 games do not have voice acting for the pups. Only Ryder gets voice acting, which is kind of weird. But yeah, just forgot to mention that concerning that. But anyway, up next. So, you pretty much have the core 6 pups to play as in this game, along with Liberty. You can play as too. You can also switch to any pup at any time. However, you're mostly playing through the section with 2 pups as you are on the other one. You're not like swapping your section. Well, you probably are during the final mission. You swap between a few groups. You start with Chase and Marshall, then you go to Rubble and Marshall, and then you do a section with Rocky and Liberty. So yeah. Now, as for the main missions on how many there are, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 missions. So they kind of added one more mission. Secret Storm is just basically kind of like the finale of the movie. I will say though, The electric shutdown mission is the only mission that features Sky in it. So you're really only getting one Sky mission in this game, which kind of stinks because Sky's literally on the cover right next to Chase. Don't worry, I'm going to do a video about that. But you still get to see what pups you play as. So you're going to like Rubble Marshall, Liberty Chase, Rocky and Sky, or Zuma and Rubble, or anything. There's also the case of Chase where Chase is missing, obviously. Now, just like the last game, you have to get collectibles. You have to get 3 pup badges in every single mission and a certain amount of pup treats to beat the game. And that's the seriously thing with collectibles. But the collectibles this time around are way longer this time. So once you beat the missions, you're not done. You still gotta complete all 4 of the minigames. Now, the minigames are kind of the same from the last one, but there's a time trial one, which takes place in 2 different categories. You have vehicles, which pretty much puts you into doing 3 basic runs of different pup treats with every single pup. Marshall, Chase, Rubble, Rocky, Zuma, Sky, and Liberty. And you have to do all 3 levels with all pups. So you're basically in for a long haul. Then there's the pups one, which basically just gives you 3 levels to run around. You're just basically run down a straight area with whichever pup you want to play as. Then you have to do collect them all, which takes place in 3 different locations. You have the tower base, the park, and the city. You have to do all 3 of those levels as well. You have to do all levels on those 2. And then there's obstacle race, which basically means you are running through all the locations, gain all of the right record timing. This goes through Lookout Base, the park, and the city again. And the final one is Pup Boogie, where you just basically are doing 3 levels, and then you're basically just doing whichever pup you want to do. So basically, if you're going for 100%, it's going to take you an awful long time. But the difference is, you have to get more pup treats this time. You have to get 30,000 pup treats. From my point of view, you can see I only have like a few. I'm off by a couple, but I'll be 100% this game soon, so yeah. And there's also collectibles, which is pretty cool. Takes a bit longer to get them all. So yeah, this game is basically doubled in size compared to the last game. How's the fact you only play as Sky for 1 mission is just the icing on the cake, it's just really the cherry on the sundae. For me, that's just the name. But oh man, trust me, when you get to doing time trials with all the pups, you're really going to start feeling the toll. And also, if you miss any pup treats in the mission, you can restart, but you have to restart the entire mission. How do you get everything? Thankfully, that's not if you have to recollect the ones you already collected. So, yeah. Honestly, I would put this low, but I'm gonna put this in S tier because it's the game that got me back in. It's what got me back into Paw Patrol. So, yeah, pretty nostalgic. So I have to put this as my Paw Patrol W, and also it got me back into Paw Patrol alongside the movie here. So pretty nostalgic here. Now we're finally moving on to the other 3 games left, where the 100% requirements are a tad bit more all over the place, but I figured them out for the most part. Up next, we have our first ever Paw Patrol racing game. We have Paw Patrol Grand Prix. Oh yeah. This is a racing Paw Patrol game featuring the core 6 pups, Ryder to play as, Everest, Tracker, and Rex. Now, for those of you who do not know who Rex is from the Dino era of Paw Patrol, where he was introduced as a pup who discovered dinosaurs, who worked alongside them to look at dinosaurs in the area. So, yeah. Basically, this gives you a total of 10 playable characters in the game. Now, there's an adventure mode, but it's literally the same thing with every single pup. Every single character. You're playing this with every single character. Now, the main thing you have to do here is where I'm saying it. You have to play the adventure mode with all 10 characters, which means you're playing the base adventure mode 10 times with every single character. You're playing with Ryder, Chase, Marshall, Rocky, Rubble, Zuma, Sky, Everest, Tracker, and Rex. You're playing with all 10 characters. And it's just the same darn tracks over and over again with all 10. With some different variation ones here and there, which is kind of cool. Finally, this gave the pups actual voice acting, by the way. Yay! Suck, that takes that long. So, yeah, you're in for quite the long haul with this game. Then there's also a collection where you're basically getting like different pieces for it. Like different hats, skins, turbos, sparks. Then you also have trophies. Which pretty much just means you beat the adventure mode with every single character. Then of course there's your play stats, which you're gonna need to roll with. Mostly your total is gonna be 172 claps. But then there's like the track stats, which I don't really know, which I have messed with a little bit because that adds to it. Then you have to also, so once you finish that, you're not even done. You still got like, so you gotta be the adventure mode with all 10 characters, which won't be that bad, but that's unless you really are into it. But then there's also like a whole bunch of other things that you have to do. And trust me, some of this I haven't even figured out yet. But you'll be playing this game for an awful long time. Especially if you're like trying to do all the track stats. Like, I'm still trying to figure all them out, bro. I have figured out them, but just trying to play them all takes a long time. But then you also have the DLC for this game, which I do not have. You have the Barkingburg DLC and the Pub Trade Arena DLC, which I don't think that adds to your 100%. So you're kind of good if you don't have that unlocked. But yeah, this game is pretty brutal. Mind you, I haven't even 100% this game yet, mind you. Oh, yeah, I also forgot to mention this. Also, the pups have like their own abilities and all that fun stuff. Pups each character has their own abilities, and the tracks take place between day and night, so you'll be swapping here and there on them. So yeah, each character has their own abilities and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that is a awful lot to do. And trust me, it is not an easy feat either. I haven't even 100% the game because of how it is. I'm only 70% done. I mean, the fact that it's that long just tells you how well it is. Doing that just tells you how long it is. Now, the biggest way you could probably get most of this done is to play this with some friends, but you need to do a custom race, which is how you probably would do most of 100%, getting gold stars on every single track. I only have blue stars on one track and 2 tracks. I'm still trying to work on the other ones. So, yeah, that's pretty much taking me a while. So, yeah, I'm still working on that, but yeah. The fact that you have to do all that makes this one of the longest Paw Patrol games to 100% in a long run. Pretty much doubling and beating this game in a long run. But hey, at least it's a bonus off of having to do missions and all that stuff. So you're pretty much getting like a pretty good solid Paw Patrol racing game. By the way, all the pups driving their vehicles from the show, they don't use race cars. It's kind of funny. But as for where I would rank it, I'd probably put it between like a A tier, since it's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun car racer. Some people probably say it's better than Paw Patrol than Mario Kart World. But yeah, now we are on to our next Paw Patrol game, Paw Patrol World, where they squeezed out every single pup on here. This one you only play as the core 6 pups, Everest and Tracker only. So you're only playing as them for the game. So basically, what this game is, it's basically a huge open world Paw Patrol game. It's like, hey, Some of those sections like the other two games, like Adventure City Calls and Mighty Puffs, where it looks like you just go down those areas. It's only that party. But this game brings it to a huge open world area. You can explore like locations you could not. Like you can explore Venture Bay more thoroughly. Plus, there's three other locations you can go to. You can go to like the jungle, Jake's Mon, and Barkingburg, all as areas. You can do all of that in this one game. You can switch to any of the pups at any given time. There's a day and night sections. You can switch between moving the pups on foot or driving their vehicles. It's awesome. So yeah, Hall's pretty solid. There is a story, but it's pretty bare bones for a Paw Patrol. The game basically everybody wants to celebrate Paw Patrol Day, but then Mayor Humdinger sells like 4 posters, and you have to go to all 4 different worlds to get the posters back. And then eventually Humdinger's blimp, he tries to charge his blimp up with a super battery, and then it flies out of control, and everybody goes back to Venture Bay, and that's where you finish the game off. And then basically the Paw Patrol Festival happens with the cats there too. So, yep, pretty much that's the main plot of the game. Sure, it's not huge, but it's about as much as you would expect from a Paw Patrol game. So that's pretty much what you got there. That's basically the whole story. Now, the most part of this game is pretty much just the open world aspect of the game. That's the main appeal of the game. Because there's way more things to do in this game compared to the other ones. You have to go to so many areas and collect different things. You have to get so many pet treats that actually you unlock stickers and different costumes throughout the game as you play, which is cool. Means you can decorate your pup or your vehicle, just like you can in Grand Prix, but that's only your vehicle because you're racing. You can also replay the early missions, the other poster missions from the other games, which is awesome as well from like earlier seasons of the show if you may or may not remember that. All that fun stuff. It's pretty awesome. Then there's also people you have to talk to do their missions, and there's also a whole bunch of interactive stuff you have to get touched. Then there's also the pup tags throughout each world you have to collect. And it's definitely gonna be something you're gonna have to collect every single one throughout the entire game. So, yeah. You also have to use Pup's abilities and everything. So, yeah, it's a pretty darn game. And honestly, it's taken me the longest hours to 100% the game. Fun fact, this game came out the same day as this movie. Too bad they kind of swamped it out that one area. Did not see that coming. So, yeah. But there are costumes for the game for this one, for like other things. But it's unfortunately paywalled, so you're gonna be stuck with that. Yeah, kind of a low ground. So kind of a bit of a long round if you ask me, bro. But yeah, that's basically everything you'll need to 100% this game. And yeah, it's definitely a long one. Especially since you'll have to go to different areas, and oh my god, when I tell you, I almost half the time don't want to 100% it after I beat the main story and I just hit the end goal. When I see them credits rolling, I'm like, oh man, I'm done now. But nope. Yeah, but hey, I mean, if you just don't want to 100% it, if you're just doing it differently, you're fine. But if you choose to do it, then it's gonna take you off long hours. You'll be sitting down playing this game for like non-stop hours. So yeah, you're in for quite the run there with this game. Also, for voice acting again, so yay, got that going for it. I'm hoping to get that. Now, this game came out in 2023, which is pretty awesome. For this game, I'll probably put it in like an S tier, since it's actually pretty fun. It's nice just rolling around, not having to race every time. It's like they took all the feedback from the other Paw Patrol games and put them all into one. It's pretty awesome. Now we finally end up on our final Paw Patrol game. Well, other last one, Paw Patrol Rescue Wheels Championship. So this one is yet another racing game, but it's another Paw Patrol racing game, and it's actually pretty fun. Now, I haven't touched the story, but from what it looks like, it doesn't look like good to play the story with every single character this time. Which is good, because I was not a fan of that in the last racing Paw Patrol game. That was a pain in the butt and a half in my back. Looks like there's different races to do, but this time you're playing as pups in monster trucks this time around. There's a winner gets beat pretty much everything that the game throws at you, given you're doing a lot of different things in the game. But what's interesting is that Roxy is in this game. If you don't know her, she's from the Rescue Wheels area. There's a file load up. There's pretty much also a Pups Cup mode where you're just racing a few, like 3 different cups, 4 tracks, so it's basically just like Grand Prix. There's also the Rescue Wheels Championship, which is the story mode tutorial, and there's also a whole bunch of other things that are on the game too. Now, there's also the quick play mode where you get to do racing by reaching the goal. There's also the arena where you have to collect as many pup trees as you can. Now, what's interesting is that you have access to the pups at the beginning. You have access to Chase, Marshall, Rocky, Rubble, Zuma, and Sky and Roxy at the beginning of this game. But you have to unlock Ryder, Humdinger, and Dwayne as you play through the stories, I'm sure. By the way, when you just do the tutorial, Roxy's the first pup that you unlock, because Roxy's basically the one talking you through the game. So, yep, that's pretty much what happens. Roxy introduces you to the main appeal of this game, which Roxy is this pup, by the way. Trust me, when I first saw her, I thought that was Sweetie, but nope, it's Roxy, a different pup. And she's more like the pup that's into like monster trucks and all that fun stuff. So, yep, that is basically how that one is. Now, where would I put this game on a list? I would probably give it a solid A tier, because it's pretty awesome. I think it's pretty fun for what's worth. And I don't think the 100% requirement is as bad as the last one. So I would put this in a solid A tier. So, yep, that is basically how it goes for me. And also, guys, we have finally reached the end of our Paw Patrol video game journey. We are finally at the end of it. I know it's been an awful long one, but we have reached the end of our Paw Patrol video game journey, with all 6 of these games being out in a span of a couple years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. This game just came out last year, and I didn't think we were going to get another Paw Patrol game this year. But since they came out with a Dino movie, they decided to tap in Dino World. Go check out my videos on Dino World, especially on how I pre-ordered it and all that fun stuff. Now, I'm going to definitely go in 100% of these games because I want to, and I will probably do a video talking about that. And trust me, there's a whole lot going on and all that stuff. So, what did you guys think of today's video? Hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, flips, where would you guys rank these games on a tier list in your opinion? Do you guys agree or disagree with my list? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see more Paw Patrol videos, comment down below as well. And if you enjoyed the video, like the button and also subscribe. We're trying to hit 100 subscribers before the year's up, so make sure you hit that subscribe button down below on whatever device you're watching this on. Until then, I'm gonna go have a fantastic time. And don't worry, I will be doing a video on Paw Patrol Dino World once it comes out and I play through it. So you guys can definitely expect that on the channel. Until then, have a fantastic day, everyone. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace!